Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
We have been so lucky with these in-year towns. We are now 4 for 4 here in Clifton Forge with dry weather and sunshine. However, as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. We'll let you know when showers and thunderstorms return coming up.
Plus, making history, the newest federal holiday that many say has been a long time coming. And as one group of officers is sworn in, the city of Lynchburg continues to look for more.
I'd like to change the negative outlook on law enforcement.
How they're addressing the shortage. We have a lot of big stories we're following today, and we will get to all of that in just a minute. But first, we are back in your town. And this time, we're in Allegheny County. 10 News anchors Lindsay Ward and McKinley Strother join us there. And Lindsay, this hits close to home because this is home for you.
Yes, Brittany, I grew up here in Allegheny County, and I am so proud to be able to show this off today because it's not really a hidden gem. We want everyone to know about how beautiful it is here, and there's always something changing because there's always something new to talk about here in the county.
The one thing that doesn't change is history. When we come back later in the show, we'll tell you about the history that's packed into this bridge right over our shoulder behind us. Brittany, back to you.
Thanks so much. A major move from the White House today. With his signature, President Joe Biden made Juneteenth the latest federal holiday.
We can't rest till the promise of equality is fulfilled for every one of us in every corner of this nation. That, to me, is the meaning of Juneteenth.
Juneteenth story is a story that's not about so much about a day or an event. It's about a painful period that, frankly, is 3/5 of American history.
The day celebrating the end of slavery is now the 11th national holiday. As the country recognizes Juneteenth as a national holiday, a celebration in the Hill City aims to help people understand the history. The Lynchburg Juneteenth Coalition is hosting a virtual event at the Academy Center of the Arts. It will feature African drummers and dancers, a reading of the Juneteenth prayer, and the Emancipation Proclamation.
We want them to at least get together with their families, to learn their history, to learn about their ancestors, to support Black-owned businesses, to just together.
The event will be live streamed starting at 1 on Saturday. Over in the New River Valley, a Juneteenth celebration will be at the old Christiansburg Industrial Institute. After the Civil War, Black students went there to learn trades as well as math and science. Saturday's celebration will honor that history. Lexington is preparing to host its first official Juneteenth celebration. In the past, community organizations hosted events, but Saturday will be the first citywide event. Leaders are teaming up with Washington and Lee University and organizations like the Rockbridge NAACP. Organizers say it's important to celebrate Juneteenth because of the city's rich and complicated history.
One of the things that's really critical about Lexington is we're based in with history and education, and it's been an educational piece for most of our community to learn about Juneteenth.
Everything is at Hopkins Green from 12 until 4. We have a full list of what you can enjoy at WSLS.com. The debate over Patrick Henry Community College's name continues. The state board has asked the college twice to change the name, but in a letter, the college says it's not backing down. Leaders argue the name comes from the 2 counties it serves. They say a name change would hurt enrollment and cost upwards of $1 million, which the state board would not cover. The letter says, in part, it is obvious your board has no understanding of the history of the school's name, nor does it care to. Patrick Henry still plans to send the board a short list of names picked by the community. Today, the Supreme Court decided in favor of Obamacare in the latest challenge to remove it. The justices voted 7-2 to leave the Affordable Care Act in place. It rules that Texas and other states had no right to bring their lawsuit to federal court. Virginia's Attorney General helped fight the case.
Will they try again? I don't know, maybe. But I do know this. If they try, we're going to be in there. We'll fight for health care, and we will win again. No matter what court they bring it in, we are going to continue to protect people's health care, and we will win.
This was the third attempt at removing it. We want to switch now to your weather, where we have Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich. He's about a half hour up the road from Lindsay and McKinley at the Clifton Forge downtown market. Jeff, there is a lot to enjoy out there.
There really is. This town, this whole area has so much to offer, from the outdoor activities right here to this beautiful downtown market. I will show you that temperatures outside here in the mountains are in the 70s to near 80. Outside the mountains, it's a little warmer with temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Your patio forecast for this evening, temperatures at 7 on average, around 80, falling into the middle 60s as we head, say, towards 11 o'clock. We're feeling great all evening long and, frankly, all night long. However, by Father's Day weekend, look what happens to those temperatures. Lower 90s Friday and Saturday, upper 80s on Sunday. We're dry Friday, a stray mountain thunder shower possible Saturday, a better chance for pop-up thunder showers on Sunday. So we're turning hotter, we're turning more humid, and what we're tracking beyond Father's Day weekend, yes, it's that time of year. A tropical system near the Gulf, and we're also watching a front to the north. The two are going to combine to bring us a few thunder showers on Father's Day, but a better chance for rain as we head into early next week. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little while. Reporting live here in downtown Clifton Forge, I'm meteorologist Jeff Hanowich. Back to you, Brittany.
An update to the vandalism caught on camera that we told you about yesterday. Police have arrested 21-year-old Tyler Martin on burglary and property damage charges at the backyard, which is home to several food trucks in Forest. These new officers are about to serve the Hill City, but it doesn't mean the end of an officer shortage for the police department. 10 News reporter Tim Harfman talked with the newest graduates about why they wanted to join.
The Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Lynchburg police swore in 8 new officers Thursday. Cheyenne Kirkland says this is a long time coming.
My dream has been to get to the road, and here I am.
It's a road the Kirkland family's traveled before. Cheyenne is 3rd generation, following her father and grandmother, who graduated with the first class from the Central Virginia Criminal Justice Academy.
My grandma was with Lynchburg Police Department as well, so to be able to follow in her footsteps at the same department is huge for me.
But this comes as recruitment appears to be taking a step back. Police Chief Ryan Zudema says while these 8 graduates help a staffing shortage, LPD is still short 16 officers.
It's definitely higher historically than we've seen in quite some time. You know, it's we needed to hire 20 officers for this academy that starts in a couple weeks. We were able to hire 4, unfortunately.
Recent uptick in crime, both locally and nationwide, have had an impact. Zudema tells his new officers that building relationships is critical in Lynchburg.
You've got to get to know the residents of this community, and that's not on a 911 call. So it's really simple. I challenge you to introduce yourself to one person you don't know in this community each shift you work.
Kirkland is up for the challenge.
I'd like to change the negative outlook on law enforcement. I want to be a positive influence. When I roll up on scene, I want people to be like, oh, awesome, Officer Kirkland's here, not like, oh gosh, the cops are here.
By doing so, she hopes future officers follow in her footsteps. In Lynchburg, Tim Harfman, 10 News, working for you.
A new structure is coming to the Star City's skyline. I'll tell you about the latest on the construction at the new Carilion Clinic Crystal Spring Tower.
Today, a major sign of progress as Carilion Clinic works toward this expansion. 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett shows us how construction is going on this $400 million building.
Rising in the Star City skyline is this red tower crane. At 240 feet tall, it'll be critical for the construction of Carilion Clinic's new Crystal Spring Tower, an expansion of Roanoke Memorial Hospital with 64 new cardiovascular patient rooms, a parking garage, and relocated and expanded ER.
Having a stationary tower crane that can maneuver around the job site without actually having to move allows us to continue that construction on this tight site, as well as keep the hospital operational around the job site.
The need brought to the forefront during the pandemic.
It made us rethink the size of our hospital and what we have for the community and beds that are available, and this is certainly going to help with that.
A project this size comes with a few challenges. Architects had to design the building in a tight space on a hill and work around existing utilities, plus the height of the crane means helicopters transporting patients have to be extra careful. Lane closures on McClanahan and Jefferson Street will last a few more months. The finished expansion should open in January of 2025.
It's reality. It's happening.
In Roanoke, Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.
And we want to give you another live look from Allegheny County. After the break, we will give you the history behind this iconic symbol of the community.
It's all good outside here in downtown Clifton Forge. Blue skies. I don't see one cloud in the sky. Just gorgeous outside. We will, however, let you know when the winds of change blow in, when rain chances return, and when the heat goes sky high again coming up.
WSLS 10 in your town, sponsored by Bank of Botetourt.
It's our fourth In Your Town stop, and this time we are in Allegheny County. And if you've been with us since 5, you've seen what we're talking about next. 10 News anchors Lindsay Ward and McKinley Struther join us now. The Humpback Bridge there behind you has a lot of history.
Yeah, so we are at an incredible landmark here in the Allegheny Highlands, the Humpback Bridge. A lot of folks, locals love it here, but then people just coming off the interstate.
Well, we saw some people from, was it Ohio?
Ohio, yeah, just stopped in.
So it's not only a nice place just to look at outdoors for the kids, for the dogs, but it's also the oldest remaining covered arched bridge in the United States. A lot of history right here.
Absolutely.
It was built back in 1857 with the arched shape, so it would not get destroyed in a flood, but it was closed to cars back in 1929. The bridge has seen several repairs and stood unused until the 1950s when it was restored.
Yeah, and in 2016, the community actually almost lost this bridge in a flood, but it was saved and continues to serve as a destination spot.
There is interstate signage that draws people off of the interstate. There are people that actually drive all over looking for unique covered bridges like that.
Now, the bridge crosses over Dunlap Creek and is part of a 5-acre wayside park. Right nearby is the Loveworks sign.
Yeah, that's what's right behind us. The L is reclaimed old bricks from a street in downtown Covington. The O, a gear from West Rock. The V is a naturally occurring tree, and the E is from the railroad to represent that history. And we got a really nice picture over there earlier.
I know, and it's just really nice. And people here love the arts. In fact, this week they had the first ever Giving Day.
Oh, wow.
And the 2 nonprofits that raised the most money this week were arts-related nonprofits.
I love that.
All right, Brittany, we're going to send it back to you.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
We've showed you the lack of cloud cover here in Clifton Forge and all around Allegheny County. What a gorgeous day across the entire region, ranging from here in Clifton Forge all the way south and east towards South Boston. We are, of course, in your town here in Allegheny County, and we are looking at your 7 o'clock temperature here on average in the mid to upper 70s, falling into the low to mid 60s by around 11 o'clock. Overall, it does look as though this evening is going to be very, very quiet, and that will lead to a very quiet night. We are looking clear. We are looking cool. Overnight lows tonight in the mountains, upper 40s and low to mid 50s. Outside the mountains, 53 to around 57. For tomorrow, high pressure is going to move a little farther to the east. However, that means eventually we're going to have more cloud cover rolling in, but that will not happen really on Friday. Friday, we're looking at a lot of sunshine and we are much warmer. However, by Saturday, that is indeed when we're going to start to see a little more cloud cover and maybe the chance for a few thunder showers. Best chance to see a couple of thunder showers on Saturday will be in the mountains. So for tomorrow, hotter than the last few days, and the mountains highs in the middle to maybe even a couple of upper 80s, ranging anywhere roughly between 83 and 89. You head outside the mountains, upper 80s and lower 90s. Looking ahead to Father's Day, we're looking at highs around 88. We're pretty hot, we're a little more humid, and we will have the chance for some isolated thunder showers. And you know what? Any rain we get here over the next week will still be beneficial. You will notice the new drought monitor did come out today, and if you recall last week when we saw all the rain, south side you saw the least amount of rain. And when the new drought monitor came out today, you folks south side still in a moderate drought in places like Danville, South Boston, and Charlotte Courthouse. Most everybody else abnormally dry, and you've even come out of the drought in places like Covington, also Callahan, into areas in and around Hot Springs. So good news towards the higher elevations. Precipitation coverage here going up. We're looking at temperatures going up too, but the precipitation coverage goes up to around 50% as we head into early next week. There are still some question marks as to what exactly is going to happen. Let's look at the storm system that we're watching as our next weather maker, and it's coming from the tropics. This is likely going to become a named storm here. When it does, it will be called Claudette and make a landfall, we think, somewhere either in Texas or Louisiana as we head into Saturday, and some of that moisture is going to be drawn to the north. Notice the moisture getting closer to us on Sunday and arriving as we head into Monday. So Monday and Tuesday look to be the wettest days for us. There are still some question marks, as I told you, though. Will this ride the Appalachians? If it does, that means more widespread rain, some stronger thunderstorms, and a higher flood threat. However, if it moves farther east, that would push the highest amount of rain east of the Parkway and a lower flood threat for us. Stay tuned. Extended forecast showing temperatures lower 90s Friday and Saturday, 80s return Sunday on. We're going to be unsettled late Sunday into Monday and Tuesday. By Wednesday and Thursday, we will dry out and see more sunshine. Reporting live here in Clifton Forge, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich. Here's Brooke with sports.
Thanks, Jeff. Coming up in sports, we check in with a local football camp, and region championships are on deck. A big shiny trophy on the line this afternoon. Region 5D Girls Lacrosse Championship underway. The Patriots taking on Albemarle. Savannah Derry heading straight towards the goal. She gets the Patriots on the board not even a minute into the game. Later, Lauren Grady ties it up off of the penalty. It's 1-1 with 20 left in the half. Then Patriots starting to heat up. Emma Kate Greer to Kate Cummins to the left corner of the net. But you just can't say enough about number 22. Savannah Derry earned her 200th career point today, and Patrick Henry claims the Region 5D lacrosse title 18-4 over Albemarle. And while we know high school sports usually don't last this long into the summer, it's hard to believe football is right around the corner. But Mark Harrison's Fastest 40 crew is getting prepared. Around 50 campers were polishing their skills at Troutville Park this week. Harrison said for the younger group, it's all about learning the fundamentals, good footwork, proper hand placement, and of course, having fun.
I mean, we usually cut things back. It's all about safety, and you know, we teach maybe 2 or 3 things in 3 days, you know, so they can take at least one thing with them. But it's all about safety, technique, building confidence, all that good stuff. You know, the other part too is a lot of them are excited about first year, playing their first year football, and you know, this is what helps them.
Harrison said he's been coaching this camp for over 10 years now, and this summer session wraps up today. All right, news and notes. The number 2 player in the world, Naomi Osaka, has withdrawn from Wimbledon to take personal time with friends and family. Bears president and CEO Ted Phillips announced the team has submitted a bid to purchase the Arlington International Racecourse. Could possibly mean a move from Soldier Field. And the U.S. Open is underway today. Russell Henley is at the top of the leaderboard at 4 under. All right, and here's Katie Ledecky. Last night in the 1,500-meter race, she finished 11 seconds.
She all by herself?
Ahead of the second place.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
You can't even see the other swimmers in the video.
That is what we call dominance right there.
Baller. Yep, she has the fastest time in the world, so are we surprised?
We are looking forward to the Olympics.
Very much so.
Well, we want to take you back out to our In Your Town cruise. We're in Allegheny County. It has been a fun 90 minutes, and we've seen a lot of what the area has to offer from Main Street of Clifton Forge, where Jeff is at, to the Humpback Bridge. And this is typically where we'd say to you, make sure you're watching for 10 News at 7, but we're not going to tell you that today.
No, we won't say that today, and I can't believe that our time is gone already.
I know, we've had so much fun. This has certainly been the best weather so far for an In Your Town. Okay, so in 2 weeks, we are going to be in
Rockbridge County.
So we're coming for you, certainly an area with a lot of history, and the U.S. Open is coming up.
Absolutely, but up next is NBC Nightly News. We'll see you back here for 10 News at 11.